good morning to you. This morning I want to cover the INF3707 Jan-Feb 2021 exam. I want to give you the solutions to question 2 of the Jan-Feb 2021 exam. Okay, so first of all, let's just pull up the question. It says here, this question refers to the Just Lee Books database. See Appendix A. Learning from the ER diagram and the contents of the books table. The contents of the category column are the actual names for each category of books. This structure presents a problem if one user enters computer for the computer category and another user enters computers. To avoid this and other problems that might occur, the database designers have decided to create a category table containing a code, cat code, and description, cat desk, for each category. The structure for category table should be as follows. And it gives you the table name of category, and it says there should be 2 columns. So you got a primary key and a not null, and they must be of data type varchar2, and the first one should only be a size of 3, and the second column, cat desk, should have a size of 11, and at the data type of varchar. Here are some data entries for the category table. So you can see there's 4 different entries, and then these are the descriptions. Okay, so it asks us for 5 marks, create the category table. So to do this, I'm going to use the Apex, which I've set up in previous video. So please go and watch that if you haven't got it set up. Okay. First of all, I need my computer. Make sure my computer's on. I go to apex.oracle.com and I sign in. As you can see, I've just filled in the workspace name and then my login credentials, and I click on sign in. I then get presented with this, and I want to go to the SQL workshop. From here, I want to go to my SQL commands. Suppose we could just use scripts. So I'm actually going to change it and go back to scripts. If we click the drop down here, there's SQL scripts. So now we can just change to SQL scripts. No, I was correct. It should be SQL commands. Okay, so the SQL command we're going to use is we've been asked to create a table. So we'll say create table. Then it's we need to find out what is the table name, and we know that the table name was category. Okay, so we've got that. Then we'll open a bracket and we'll say the cat code. Alright, we're specifying the data type, which is varchar2, and we're also specifying the size of this. So we're going 3, and also remember that it's a primary key, so we've got to specify that it's a primary key. Okay, and then we can put the cat description, which is also varchar2, but this time the size is 11. Okay, and also remember that it says that it's not null. Okay, so this is the answer, and this is what we would use. So I'm just going to save this as Q 2021. Yeah, I should actually delete, that's paper 2021 Q 2.1. Go save. and you can run it just to make sure. There we go. See there, table created. And if you wanted to go and have a look, you could go to the object browser, and from the object browser you'll see there's your category table. You click on it and you can see there you got cat code, cat description, you got 3, 11, no to nullables, and this is a primary key. Alright, so that's the answer for that first one. The second question for 2.2, it says verify that the table category was successfully created and view the schema of the table. So when they refer here, they're just asking you to use the describe command, and so that's all that we need to do is go to our SQL command, and we're just going to say describe category, and that's the answer that we would have written. Describe category. Okay, and don't forget our semicolon. You can save here. Call this paper 2021, yeah, but it's just that it's question 2.2. Save. Go run. Missing an S. Oops, my spelling is not so good. Save, replace that, and run. And there we go. That's showing you the output of it, exactly as what you would expect. Okay, the next question, 2.3, says modify the cat desk column from the current width of 11 characters to 20 characters. Okay, so that we're going to use an alter table, okay, and we're also going to use the modify command because we are modifying a column. Okay, so let's get our computer up. Alright, so first we want to start off with the alter table. Okay, and what table are we going to alter? We're altering the category table. Okay, and we want to modify a column, so we're going to modify cat desk, and it says that we need to set the varchar2 size from 11 to 20. So that's going to be the command that will adjust it. So if we go here, I'm going to just go save. This one is 2.3. Save. And we want to run it. And there it says the table has been altered. So if we go ahead and we just say describe like we did before, but with the correct letters, describe category, we go run, and you can see that the length of it is now 20 instead of 11. Okay, so moving on, we've got an 8 marker here, and it says populate the category table with the given data. So we've got to populate this information into that table. So for me, it should have been insert into, and we are wanting to insert into the category table. Okay, what are we wanting to insert? First we're going to enter a cat code, and then we're going to enter the cat description. Okay, and what do we want to enter? So we're going to enter some values, and the first value is biz. Alright, and the cat description for biz is business. Alright, and that should execute. Let's just run that. Just want to see if it's working. Yep, there we go. Okay, so these apostrophes matter because without them it wouldn't work. In some SQL you could add multiple values. I haven't tried it in the Apex, so what I would suggest you do in the meantime is just use this insert command and duplicate all of these entries for the remaining of the entries. Okay, so yeah, let's have a look. The other ones, as you can see, CHN, COK, and COM, I would add all of those as individual lines underneath here. Okay, so let's just do the first one. It's CHN, and that is called children. Okay, children. And so what I would do is I would just copy this, and I would just have multiple ones like that, because I believe there's only 3 more left. So the next one would have been COK, alright, and that is cooking. And then the next one, the last one would have been COM, and that one is computer. Let's see. Oh, it doesn't like it, eh? Okay. So you have to run it individually. Let's just try. I would really like to try this out. I haven't seen if it was successful or not. No. Let's values that. Tab that. This is how you should be able to do it in most other SQL commands. Run. No, Apex also not allowing it. Yeah, but that's how I would do it, is I would run it individually for each line. And they can't fail you for running it individually on each line. Okay, by running each command individually, you can see I've added added all 4 records. Okay, the next question. The next question is 2.5. Add a column to the books table called cat code. Add a foreign key constraint that references the category table. So what they don't tell us is that we need to use the alter table, and we're going to alter the table of books. We're going to add a column called cat code, okay, and then they want us to create a constraint, and so we've got to come up with our own constraint name. And then we've also got to reference it to the other category. So let's go ahead and do that on the SQL commands. Since we want to add a column, the first thing we're going to do is say alter table, and we're going to say books. Okay. Then we're going to add, and we want to add the cat code, and that's a varchar of 3. bar chart 2, bar chart 2 with a size of 3, okay, and we're wanting to add a constraint. Alright, constraint. I'm going to call my constraint books cat code foreign key, okay, and then we're making it, linking it to a foreign key, which is cat code, okay, and that is then references category, and we're specifying the column that it references, and we're going to specify cat code as the column. Alright, so I'm going to save this as paper 2021. This one is 2.5. 2.5. Save. Let's see if we have any luck. There we go. Table altered. Alright, so that answers that question. Our next question is for 8 marks again. I love these high mark ones. Set the cat code values for the rows in the books table based on each book's current category value. So set the cat code values for the rows in the books table based on each book's current category value. So we're going to use an update and a set command, okay? So let's go ahead and take this one out, and we're going to say update. And what table do we want to update? We want to update the table books. We want to set the books cat code, okay, to, and we're going to run a select statement. Select, and we're saying category cat code. So we're getting the cat code from the categories table, and we're saying there from category table, okay, where the category dot cat description equals the books dot category, okay, and we're saying also where the cat code is null, because we don't want to replace any existing cat codes if they did exist, okay. So we're going to save that as 2.6. Save. Let's click on run. 14 rows updated. So that's definitely a good indication. Okay. So the next question says verify that the correct categories have been assigned in the books table. So the only way to verify that kind of information is to use a select statement, and we're going to just say select star from books, okay, and let's run it, and there's all our cat codes. They've given us 10 rows. I thought we had 14 rows. But okay, yeah, because there's nothing for family life, because we don't have family life and fitness in our categories table. Okay, the next question, 2.8, says delete the category column from the books table. And so the way that you would delete it was the same way that you would have inserted it, but it's just that you use the delete command, or drop, I should say, drop command. So what we would do is we would say alter the table. And which table are we altering? We're altering the books table, okay, and we want to drop a column. Alright, and what column do we want to drop? We want to drop the category table. So this is the code that we would run. I'm going to save this because this is for 2.8. Save, and yeah, this is the one you could run and it will drop the table. Alright, so let's go on to the next question. The next question says, Jabulani is a newly appointed trainee in the Database Administration Department. As the manager of the department, create the user Jabulani with a password that expires and give him access to the category table. Assign him privileges to query and add rows to the table. Jabulani should also be able to give other users the same privileges. So that's only for 5 marks, but I think that it's quite easy to do. So it's an easy 5 marks. So we're going to try and create a user. So we're going to use the create user. We're specifying his name is Jabulani, okay, and we're going to say he's identified by, and we say password, okay, and we say the password expires, password expire, okay. The next thing we want to say is that he needs to be granted the select and the insert on the category table to the user Jabulani, okay, with grant option, so that he can grant, and he's allowed to grant other people. Okay, so let's try that. See, no, it doesn't want to work, but this is definitely the answer, and so it's just disappointing that it doesn't work, but it might be something related to Apex. Alright, so that's the full question 2 answered for INF3707 for January, February 2021. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that it's been helpful and that you're able to pass the exam. Thanks very much. Goodbye.